Got all these bets. Got all these bets. These bet slips, and I don't know what to do. All right. Oh, my glasses. Gotta put the glasses on. I still don't know what to do. Oh. You know what? You know what I have to do? I have to call up the PV King, CJ. I gotta call him up.
Yo, what's good, dude? Yeah, I know, man. There's so much stuff to bet on today. I really haven't even gone into anything, haven't researched anything. I know, crazy, right? You know what? Let me add Tommy to the call. I guarantee you he's got his bet slip made up already. Dingers, the whole 9 yards. Let me just add him to the call real quick. Hold on.
Do it. Ms. Orowski, the Scoobs. Decisions. Oh, hang on one second. That's CJ. Maybe he can help. How's it going, pal? You too? Dude, I got no idea what to do. Got no advice to give you. But you know who does have advice? The parlay guy. Yeah, Rob the parlay guy. Yeah, let's go ahead and phone him in. Hang on one second.
Oh, is that Tommy? Let me see what Tommy wants. What's up, Tommy Stats? What's going on? You don't know what to put on your bet slips? And you talk to none of you know what to put on your bet slips. I've been polishing me and PD King's golf trophies, and I haven't had time to do any research. All right, how about I call Kel Dog and see what he's got for his bet slips? All right, hold on.
The Phillies, no, they got a weird mascot. I can't do that. The Cardinals, that's a little bit of a stretch. Oh, who is that? Oh, what's up, Rob? I know, dude. I can't find anything either. Like, what are we supposed to bet on? There's nothing going on. What do you bet? Don't talk about Ethel like that. That's a little rude, okay? You know what? Let me hang on. Let me just call Parker. Let me see what he has to say, and then we'll go from there. That's all we gotta do. All right. I'll talk to you later. Hey, Parker.
Hey, Kel. Hey, guys, what's up? Guys, I'm going to work. Just watch Just The BetSlips on X and YouTube, presented by Fanfare Sports Network, weekdays at 6 and weekends at noon.
Of course! Just the BetSlips!
On this gambling journey, we ride the bet. With just the bet slips, you ain't seen nothing yet.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Just the BetSlips podcast. Normally, we are live bringing you the hot tips to help you bet slips every day. But today, we are bringing you the hot tips to help you in other ways. Currently not the bet slips. We're going to help you today with some fantasy football. That is going to be our next kind of regime coming in, because we're getting ready for it. I mean, the Hall of Fame games in 2 days, as we're recording this on the 31st of July, year of our Lord 2025. Like, when's the Hall of Fame game? Is it next Thursday?
It's early.
Next Thursday.
It's early. I know that.
Yeah, I think it's next Thursday. Like, I think it's.
It is.
The 5th.
The Hall of Fame game is tonight.
Oh, it's tonight.
Yes.
Jeez. Okay, I thought it was next year. I thought it was the 7th.
Nope,
so
tonight.
It's tonight.
July,
so
July
as we're
30th.
recording, like, we're in it. We're getting into it. So we're there. Obviously, we're recording on the 31st. We're just obviously getting posted on the 1st of August. So Hall of Fame game is already happening. So you're getting ready for the fantasy football festivities, shall we say? And we're getting into it. So with that being said, we're going to do tier lists for the next couple of weeks, so you can be ready and have the hot tips to help your fantasy football bet slips in a way, your fantasy football drafts. So we're going to go over, if you're watching this on YouTube after we record it, so you're actually going to see our tier list as we do it live. And I don't have the quarterbacks actually, so we just have the icons for each team that we're going to pop up on this tier list that you'll see here in a second. But we have 7 total tiers We have the S tier, the A tier, the B tier, the C tier, the D tier, the E tier, and the F tier. That we have our quarterbacks split up into. Rob the Parlay got his list. I got my list. And we're going to kind of mix them together and create a collaborative. And we might argue a little bit here. I wish we had a third so we could have a tiebreaker, but it's all good. Poop happens. We just got to look at what everybody's looking like and how everybody's going. But without further ado, let's get into this. Also, afterward, I mean, it's the trade deadline. So after this first segment for you, if you want to stick around for a little bit more, we're going to bring you our favorite tips for the futures and the Major League Baseball post trade deadline. So our favorite bets, teams that are going to make the playoffs. Who do we think is the new favorite to win the World Series? So on and so forth. We'll get in through all those. Who actually represents each league? So on and so forth. We'll get into those, our favorite bets, and I think Tommy's going to be able to join us for that. So it's just us two here for the quarterback rankings now, but we'll get into it and dive in. Rob, let's go ahead and start with the bottom tier, and then we'll get the worst guys out of the way real quick, so that way we don't have to worry about that. So, who are your worst quarterbacks? And again, these are just the starting quarterbacks. There's no backups in this. This is just the 32 starters as we know them today. So who do you? Well, let's hit this up a couple just so the people know. Who do you have as the starter for like the Cleveland Browns? Did you put Shedeur as the starter, or did you put Joe Flacco?
I currently have Joe Flacco starting.
Okay, that's what I do as well. I have Joe Flacco starting. I do not have Shedeur. However, I would probably put them in the same tier, to be clear.
Oh, facts. Yeah, 100%.
That's there. Who do you have starting? Do you have Tyrod Taylor, or do you have Justin Fields starting?
I think Fields
for the
probably
Jets.
start. I think.
Yeah, I think he is too, even though he's hurt. I'm just going through all the ones that are like, who could possibly be this person? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I'm assuming you have JJ McCarthy starting in Minnesota.
Correct.
Arizona's Kyler. Atlanta is
I'm guessing Penix.
Penix. Yeah, that's my guess too. That's Lamar. I'm just going to go through every team. So Lamar, then Caleb, then Josh Allen, and we already decided we're going Joe Flacco, Stafford, Goff, Jets is Fields, Packers is Love, Herbert, Dolphins is Tua. Who do you have starting for the Colts? Do you have Richardson or do you have somebody else?
So look, I think they have to start Richardson. I just don't know how long he's going to be the starter.
That's fair. Because you have Danny Dimes, so I don't know. I mean, honestly, they're probably similar. Actually, I have Richardson probably in a worse tier than Danny Dimes, to be clear. I'd put Danny Dimes in a different tier. But we'll get into that. But.
I think they're probably in the same. So there's a lot of these guys that I didn't even write in a tier.
Right.
I just put the rest. So, and Danny Dimes.
The F tier.
Yeah, so Danny Dimes and Richardson are both in the rest.
Both in that tier. Okay, so we'll start there. They're here. I'm going to go ahead and pull up so everybody that's watching can see. Here's the tiers. Let's see here. Giants. Are you going to go Dart here?
Yes.
For the Giants. Okay.
Yes.
Bo Nix, Mahomes, Bryce Young,
and I think for some of these teams.
No, Geno's with Vegas now.
Geno's with Vegas.
Darnold's with the Seahawks.
Correct. Yes.
Burrow, Prescott, Hurts, McCarthy, Cam Ward for the Titans. I'm assuming you have there.
Correct.
And then you have who's starting for New Orleans? That Tyler Shaw. Are they going to give him the reins? Tyler Shaw. I mean, it's F tier. We can just throw it in there.
Yeah.
I don't think he's just there.
Yeah, I think a lot of these guys were just put the team up because
right. Jags is Lawrence, Daniels, Drake May. I'm assuming is who you have for the Pats.
Correct.
And then you have Geno, Aaron Rodgers, Purdy.
Yes.
Still Purdy. So,
still
okay.
Purdy.
I just want to make sure. And then Tampa Bay's Baker. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So
And
we know who we're ranking.
Current depth chart for the Saints has Show in first right
Okay.
now.
I mean, I don't think a quarterback on that list that you would present to me would be anything greater than maybe E tier.
If I told you Tyler Show or Spencer Rattler, would you change your mind on what tier they're
Nope,
at?
they're both F tier.
That's exactly. And their other option is Jake Hayner. So
yeah, well, from a fantasy quarterback perspective, yes, they're all F tier.
Right, exactly.
So, all right, so we got that. What other no doubt F tiers do we have? Just no doubters.
So look, there's a lot of personal opinions that I just don't like for fantasy football this year. That's gonna fall in this.
Are you wrong? Am I wrong with doing what I just did?
No, not at all. Not at all.
I don't think Cam Ward's going to be
So
anything special.
here's the thing: is I actually have Cam Ward as my last tier of named people, but he's still at the bottom of all of those. He made it just he made it just above my list of 7. Yeah, maybe put him in E. Just put him in E because there's hope, but we don't know.
Right. I'm trying to click on that. We're gonna move him to E right now. Right now, we're gonna move him to E.
Here we go.
Could change.
Right.
Could change. Could change. Go ahead.
I hate to say this. I hate to say it. Well, actually, he's not starting anywhere. Just kidding. Never mind.
Who's that?
Cousins. I realized he's not starting anywhere.
Yeah, he's not starting anywhere.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, look, God, there's so many bad quarterbacks.
Is there anybody else that's a starting quarterback that you believe belongs in F tier?
I'm trying to look, but I don't think so. I mean, all right, yeah, never mind. We already got the Colts there.
I honestly like.
Here's the thing.
I'm kind of here with Dart.
How old is Joe Flacco?
Forever old.
Like, and honestly, you know my opinion of Sanders if it happens to be there. I think we can put the Browns in the F tier.
I can agree with that. Oop, wrong one.
Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying. Like, Flacco is typically solid. But I mean, the dude is like he's got to be in the close to mid 40s. Like, at some point, it's going to go away.
I'm at least putting Dart to the front end of F tier.
Yeah, you could either do F tier or you could put him with Cam Ward and E. Either way, I'm good with it.
I'm good with that. I'm actually good with that. I was coin flipping between the two. I like putting him there. That's fine. I'm good with that. Okay, so are there any others that are just completely off the rail, or are we going to E tier here?
No, I think we can go to E tier because I think there's enough hope to get them out of the bottom, but not
sure. Oh, I forgot. It could be Russell Wilson. So with Russell Wilson, if it's Russell, I'm tempted to put it in D tier.
It could be Russell Wilson. I personally still think it's going to be Dart, but
we'll throw it there for now.
Yeah. But
if it's Russell, I think it's D tier just because I expect a little bit more out of him to get the job done. But
they threw a lot into Dart. I just don't think. I think he's a guy that you have to start if you put that much faith in him.
I don't fully disagree.
I personally think the Wilson was just to help coach Dart, honestly, and
just in case.
Yeah, just in case. But I could be wrong. Maybe they just say let him sit for a year, which I'm actually a fan of for some quarterbacks. I don't think the NFL does it enough. I mean, obviously somebody like a Daniels or like of that tier, you don't do that with, but there's a lot of guys that it makes a lot of sense.
Fair. Where I'm trying to think of like where do we just go by team here?
Yeah, it's probably easier that way.
That's probably easier. Okay, so where do you have Kyler Murray then? I know where I have him.
For me,
that's where I have him.
I was gonna say for me, he's in tier 1, 2, 3, 4 on my list. But
That's where I got
so
him.
C's about right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
where I had him. I
Yep.
have him at the upper echelon of tier 4.
Yeah.
That's where I would put him if you go there. I slightly behind the likes of like a Bo Nix or a Baker Mayfield. Baker's gonna have the yards, and he's gonna have the touchdowns just because of his supporting cast. But like the problem is he's gonna throw some picks.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
I got Baker in the B tier or the
So
number
so
3
the
tier,
two
whatever.
names you just had are exactly where I have them are in tier 3, which was BB. So
So you said
I have Bo
I
Nix
said
and
Baker.
Baker
Yeah.
in there. I on my personal one, I also have Herbert in tier 3.
Okay. You know
Um,
what? I can live with that. The only reason I don't overly love it is I'm concerned about what I think Herbert could be A tier just because
so
he has the talent, but like he doesn't rise to the occasion.
I
But
agree.
in fantasy football, you're probably okay there.
Yeah, I agree. Like I first wrote him down where in A, and then I changed my mind just because he's so wishy-washy lately.
Mhm.
I didn't trust it,
Okay.
but yeah, I mean, I wouldn't. It wouldn't hurt my feelings if he was an A, but
That's fair. Let's go to Atlanta. Where do you have Penix? I know
Penix,
where I have him.
I have him in E. I'm not.
Okay.
I,
Right.
I
I would have put him in the D tier.
I mean, I'm good with either one. Yeah,
I
or
can
top
live
of
with the upper end of E
yeah,
tier. We'll revisit. We'll
yeah.
revisit
We can come
Penix.
back to it.
We'll revisit Penix because we might have to throw him in the D tier just to even out the curve.
Yep.
Which I'm fine with, to be clear. Let's skip Lamar because we
Okay.
know he's going to be up near the top. Caleb Williams.
I have him in. This is partly where I'm going to start getting shots. I have him in C.
Slightly disrespectful.
I
You
didn't
have him
go.
in the C tier, same as Kyler Murray.
Yes, I didn't go completely
I can agree with that.
disrespectful, but
I can agree with that.
there's enough potential to keep him in C. I think.
He's definitely worse than Kyler.
I agree.
He's the lower end of this tier.
I agree.
I wouldn't have been shocked if you put him in D tier.
I thought about it, but I just feel like there is an upside, so that's why I gave him C.
That's fair. All right. Josh Allen, we know is going to be near the top. Where do you have Matt Stafford?
So here's the thing with Matthew Stafford. If Stafford was not dealing with a back injury right now, he would have been much higher on my list. Okay. I originally had put him in B, but then I dropped him to D.
Yeah, he's D tier for me. I'm
If
sorry.
if he's fully healthy, I put him in B still. I think he's good enough fantasy
He's
wise.
got the wide out. Yeah, he's got the wide receivers. I think D might be slightly disrespectful. We might want to throw him in C, but that's another one that we revisit.
If it wasn't for the injury, I think we wouldn't even be worried about it as much. But
yeah, I think he'd be
a back
be
injury
right there
with a quarterback
Baker and
scares
Bo
me.
Nix.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. Who's the backup there?
I don't even know.
So if Stafford can't go, it's let me see here.
Brown.
Oh, it's Jimmy G. Good old Jimmy G.
Yeah. Okay. Let's just stick with D.
Yeah, let's stick with D. For the fact that it's Jimmy G. Like if it wasn't Jimmy G, if it was like a little bit more decent of a quarterback, maybe throw him
because
up.
if he misses time and you got to go get Jimmy G, you're gonna be hurting.
For sure. Detroit. So that'd be Jared Goff.
So Goff. So I have him in C, I believe.
Yeah, tier 4. Yeah, I'm in.
Yep. Correct.
Before or after? I think he's before Caleb Williams, but
yeah, he's probably
he's
to
after
me.
Kyler.
To me, he might be top of it, but I'm good with second too.
I
the only
think,
reason I say
think
top is
Kyler
because
has
he
more
has.
upside.
I think he has more weapons, which is what makes me think that fantasy wise he might be able to, because he'll have some games where he throws 4 touchdowns. But yeah, I know it just depends on what collar you get. That's the nice thing.
Goff's not doing anything with his legs. He also has a much better running game than Arizona has.
He does have
So
a good
it's
run
not
game
going to
with
be on
Hurts. That's
him.
true.
It's not going to be
That's
on
true.
him as much. He's got Amon Ra, so that's fine. He's got, I think Reynolds is still there. So he's got a good supporting cast, but I think Detroit will always live and die with the run. So that's
As
the
they
reason why I
should.
have him worse than Kyler, because Kyler's going to have to do it with his arm. I love James Conner, and we'll get into that next week with the fantasy running backs. But yeah, that's the correct place for Jared Goff, like literally right in the middle. Justin Fields with the Jets. I'm going to be disrespectful.
I am so torn between. You're being disrespectful. I was borderline worse than you. I was considering E, but D is fine.
D's fine. Like honestly, like you could put him in the C tier, and I wouldn't hate you on it. So like the D tier for me is like guys you have massive question marks for. Like he could be the guys in the D tier are your I didn't take a quarterback super early. I took him right before my kicker and my defense. And we're praying that we find lightning in a bottle. That's what the D tier is.
That's true.
Because Justin Fields could be a top 10 fantasy quarterback because of his legs.
That's true. He does have the ability to go for 100 a game.
Right. The problem is I don't trust him to throw enough to be able to utilize his legs enough.
My thing is the Jets break everyone.
That's true.
I mean, what would we have said about Aaron Rodgers when he went to the Jets? We probably would have said C and he was an F.
Well, but in all fairness, though, I actually don't think he was an F as far as fantasy because he put up decent numbers. It's just that team didn't do anything. But I understand where you're coming from, but it's the Jets.
There was games that he was non-existent.
I'll give you that.
Oh no,
Jordan Love. What are you knowing to?
I just saw a thing that McLaurin just requested a trade. All right. Okay. So Jordan Love.
Jordan Love.
So
where'd J Love going?
I have never been as high on Jordan Love as everybody else. Okay, that's better. I was going to say C, but that's better. So I'm good with that, though. I've never been that high on Jordan Love. Yeah, I would definitely move him up a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. He's right there. Like, I can't trust his weapons. I can't trust that offensive line. That defensive line's pretty good. Now, and again, this is another one. You're taking Jordan Love late, and you're praying you're catching lightning in the bottle.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of the guys that you could truly catch lightning in the bottle with because he has the ability to. But
yep,
like who is he throwing to?
Two
some
has-beens and one never was.
Yeah, and I think they did finally draft receivers, but like they're rookies and rookie receivers usually won't do anything.
Yeah, I mean they're either really, really good or they're trash. More often than not, they're trash. There have been some really good ones though, to be clear. I'm with you. 100%. I am very interested to see what happens with the Packers this year, just in general. I'm very interested to see what happens.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting year for them.
Yeah. So that's where we're at. All right. Tua. I know where I got him.
I was about to say, as an Alabama guy, it hurts me to say this, but like you just can't trust him to stay healthy. No. But if he is healthy, he's fantastic.
He's got enough weapons. He's a B tier quarterback. If you can say, hey, I need 14 starts out of you.
Right.
And can you be healthy for the playoffs? Playoffs?
If he's healthy with the weapons he has, he could
Waddle and Hill?
Yeah, he'd be pretty high on the
He's an
fantasy
A
list.
tier.
Right.
He's an A tier. The problem is he's one slight hit away from going like this again.
He's also another concussion from having no more career. So
Right. That's this. Tyrannosaurus Rex arms. I feel bad saying it, but it's true. I thought he died that night on national TV.
I mean,
I was like, he gone.
a lot of people did.
So yeah, I agree with you. That's where Tua should be. Tua could very easily be way higher. Like he could be above J Love. He could be above, he could be above. We'll get to him, but like Fields, Prescott, like that. This is just where I'm at with him. He's there. That's where I'm at. CJ Stroud.
He's another guy I'm torn on this year. So I was gonna say back of C because he's
Just do the right thing.
he's back of C. He was borderline front of D. Like, and I was high on him last year. I really was.
C's right. C's right.
He
I view him just like Caleb Williams.
He scares the ever living. That makes sense. He scares the ever living out of me. I'm not gonna lie.
That's where I'm at with him. It's my thought.
Yeah, I have a little bias because he killed one of my teams last year.
Sure,
but I get it.
That's where I'm at with it. We'll hold on Patchy Mahomes. Bryce Young.
I have him in D, I believe.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
Yep, D.
I actually think we might be disrespectful to Justin Fields.
Maybe, but I don't know. Maybe.
We might be being disrespectful, but put respect on that man's name. We'll figure it out. Because that's the thing, though. That's what that D tier is. Because Bryce Young could be a top 10 fantasy quarterback.
Bryce Young showed flashes at the end of last year that
correct.
He could have a lot.
A top 10 fantasy quarterback.
And
He's not going to be. Yeah, but his problem is he's got no weapons because Carolina traded them all to get him. Yeah. So he's got no first round draft picks he's working with. He's he had the ageless wonder Adam Thielen catching passes from him last year. Like that. That's the reason why.
Their number one receiver is going to be a rookie.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Ted, I can't say his name. McMillan.
McMillan.
They still have
McMillan.
They have Thielen and Hunter Renfrow and Leggett.
Yeah, that's fair.
Leggett healthy is really good, but
yeah, correct. It's just
there's just too many question marks to put him high. There's too many question marks to move him to C. Is the thing.
Correct. I'm with you. That tier is, can they catch lightning in a bottle and be amazing for you as your second quarterback you're driving? You're not drafting them as your starter.
Right.
But for a backup, he's got to play one bye week against maybe a poopy team. Sure. I'm in.
Yeah.
100% in. Sam Darnold.
Ugh.
Let's just do the right thing. Just do the right thing.
You're nicer than me.
No, let's just do the right thing. Let's do the right thing.
I mean, look,
he's either there or he's E tier because we've already made the D tier as could be incredible, but I don't know. He's either the very back end of C tier as just a middling quarterback that you're going to get 14 points out of every week, or
so here I'm good with where he's at because I did forget that they added Cooper Kupp.
Correct.
And that Jackson Smith and Jigba's good. They have a decent running game with Kenneth Walker.
Correct.
So Valdez-Scantling is a deep guy, but that'll get you some fantasy points.
Again, Sam Darnold's going to get you 14 points every week. You don't expect him to get you 20, but he ain't going to have the absolute trash game like, the likes of a rookie quarterback would give you, like probably one of the next quarterbacks we're going to talk about. Because I'm skipping over and I'm going to the second-year quarterback from Minnesota here?
So I was about to say I have him out of my 7, I had him at 6, which would be E. So
Like, and you know what? Like, my problem is I don't think I can put him above Cam Ward or Jackson Dart or Penix.
I agree.
Because I don't know what I'm getting out of this man. I didn't love him coming out of college, and he just sat a year because he was injured. I don't know what I'm getting out of him.
So here's what
He is a step above Anthony Richardson because of the unknown mystery.
Right. If it wasn't for his injury and not knowing, I would be slightly higher on him because I wasn't in love with him coming out of college, but I did like him, and I think he works for that offense if he's healthy. But there's so many ifs in that statement,
Right.
that he's got to be an E.
Correct. 100%. 100%. Let's get to we'll do the back 5 that are on here, the bottom 5 that are on. I know people that are listening can't see it. We're going to do the Jags. We're going to Trevor Lawrence, Drake May, Geno Smith. Yikes. Aaron Rodgers and Brock Purdy. We're going to do them, and then we're going to get to the top, who I believe are going to be in the top 7 of fantasy quarterbacks. So that's where we're at. So Trevor Lawrence, where do you got Trevor?
He's another one of those guys that you want to put him higher, you just can't. So I'm gonna go D.
D tier.
I am. I really. So look,
He's upper part of D tier if you're putting him there.
He's definitely. I think he's top of D tier because he's borderline C. But here's the thing: is he had weapons. I know there was injuries. I know there was stuff. He had weapons last year, and he did not look like he did before. So I don't trust him in C. I think if you're gambling, though, I think he's the first person you take in this gamble of
That's
all
fair.
those guys.
That's fair.
I feel like I told you there's a couple of guys I feel like I might be disrespecting, and it might be recency bias. I don't know, but I don't know it. Yeah, it's tough. He's either top of D or he's bottom of C. Either one, I'm good with.
That's fair. 100% fair. Drake May. Because of where you put Trevor Lawrence, he's right behind him.
I have them in the same category on mine. I have more hope for Drake May, but
my problem is I have more faith in what Jacksonville has around.
Oh, I agree with that.
Trevor, and Trevor's pedigree also lifts him up. But again, Drake May, he's going to get you that one win on bye week. You're in a 12-team league. He is a top 24 starter.
He had a lot of flashes last year.
He might be 24.
Yeah.
But he'll. All right. So here's what Drake May truly is, and this is you correct me if you think I'm wrong here. Drake May is the quarterback that you look and you go, all right, well, my quarterback has bye week 7. Drake May's playing the Cincinnati Bengals week 7. I don't know what their schedule is, to be clear. I didn't look.
Right.
Like, Drake May's playing the Cincinnati Bengals defense in week 7. He's going to get a boost because that defense is trash. I'm going to go ahead and take Drake May as my backup.
So, yeah.
And he's trade bait after week 7.
A spot starter is very smart, a very, very safe bet. And you're right. If he has a few games out the gate where he goes off, you move him immediately.
Yeah. Yeah, like you move him after the bye week. Like, he's the perfect, like, I've got an early bye week quarterback. Because he could come out firing. And then you got him for the bye week, like week 5. And then you go, I don't need a backup quarterback now. And if I do need a backup quarterback, I will, like if my quarterback goes down with injury, heaven forbid, it's the worst thing you want to hear from a fantasy owner. But like, at least I'm going to get some pieces back for Drake May when I dump him, so that I might be able to piecemeal something together, get a quarterback that's actually decent.
Drake May makes me think about the year that Jay Cutler had like 50-50 perfect games and 0 quarterback ratings.
Yeah.
Like that he's that guy.
That's fair. Yeah, he's the exact opposite of Sam Darnold. He is the He's either going to get you 30 or he's going to get you 2.
Right.
And when I say 2, I mean -2. That's also fair. Geno Smith.
Where did I write him down? I did write him down.
Do the right thing. Do the right thing. Do the right thing.
Yeah. I don't
Do
even.
the right thing.
I think I skipped him on the other.
The Raiders with Geno are going to be the most run-heavy team ever.
Yeah.
I don't trust any of their wide receivers. They have Ashton Genty as their running back. They're going to run the rock this year. I have Ashton Genty as a top 10 rusher this year. You'll see that. You'll hear that next week / see it next week. I have him as a top 10 rusher this year. That's how high I am on Genty. I am that low on Geno Smith.
Their number 3 receiver is a rookie, Dante Thornton Jr. Wow. Cool.
Sounds like a problem.
Well, I take that back. He's their number 4 because their number 1 is probably Brock Bowers. So
That's also fair. I forgot about Bowers. Bowers is a good one. Bowers. I know it was you, Bowers. Sorry, that's a little big league reference if you don't know.
Yeah, but he's fair. Like I think I left him off and put them in the field, but he is fair.
With F, yeah, I think he's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, he is fair. He's with Penix. He's with he's probably a little bit less than Bryce Young. Yeah, I mean, he's above Richardson. He's definitely better than Richardson. He's definitely better than Cam Ward.
Yep.
Because he has experience. He's at least that. So, all right, Steelers, Aaron Rodgers. Discount double check.
People are going to kill me for what I'm about to say.
Go ahead, say it.
The Steelers with Aaron Rodgers are going to be Trent Dilfer winning the Super Bowl. They are going to play defense and tell him not to screw games up. I don't think he's going to be very good in fantasy at all. I'm going F.
That's where he should be.
He should be. Like, I thought about maybe E, but I just don't think. I honestly think you're going to get like 6 good games out of him. And that's when he just chucks it up to DK and DK makes something happen.
That is the only thing that makes me think Aaron Rodgers will have a good season.
That's why I was thinking E just because of DK, but like
that's the only thing that pulls him out of F tier. I agree with you. He's F tier.
They're gonna run the ball. They're gonna play defense and tell him not to throw picks. Like
100% in agreement with you. 100% in agreement with you.
And I hope I'm wrong. I hope he proves all of us wrong. I hope he ends up being B tier, but I just don't see it.
He could be. Like that's the thing with Aaron Rodgers. He could be. I think his S tier days are
his S tier days
are gone.
Yeah.
Back end A tier. He could be a top 8 quarterback, top 10 quarterback in fantasy. Yep. He's been that for many years.
I think there's going to be a few weeks where he will be, but it's just not enough.
I don't see it this year.
Yeah.
Brock Purdy.
There are so many people that fight over Brock Purdy. C. Let's see. I have him 4, which is C. So yeah. People don't give him enough credit.
Well, or people give him way too much credit.
People give him way too much credit. I think he is exactly where we have him. He is a guy in the middle. He has abilities, and he has some talent around him. And you're going to get 9 really good games that are slightly above average, and then you're going to get some that are slightly below, and you might get a couple that are like S tier days.
That offense is going to run through Christian McCaffrey.
It is,
and that's the reason I'm putting him there. That's the reason why I'm putting him there. He is behind Tua because he doesn't have Tua's weapons on the outside. I love Kittle, don't get me wrong, but he ain't that. You have Brandon Ayuk, sweet. You had Debo, he's now gone. Do they have Lafferty Daniel? No, they have. I'm kidding. Do they have both McCaffreys? Or No,
No.
Ladidi's in San
Yeah.
Diego.
Yeah.
Well, sorry, LA.
They have
Ladidi Mekonke?
what's his name? There's a rookie last year. Ricky Parasol.
Yeah, Ricky Pearsall from
Yeah.
Florida. That's right.
He had flashes, but
Yeah, they have okay weapons, but it's It's the Christian McCaffrey and George Kittle show.
right. Facts.
We all
yeah.
know.
Yeah.
So I don't love the weapons, so that's the reason why I like him less than Tua. I like him better than Caleb Williams because I think he's a better quarterback than Caleb Williams. Slightly. I think Caleb Williams has all the fundamentals. I'm really hoping he takes a jump in year 2. But until he shows it to me, like that's where I have him. He's literally in between Tua. He's worse than Goff. He's worse than Kyler Murray. He's worse than Tua because Tua's got all the weapons in the world. He's a little bit better than Caleb. He's a little better than CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud could be very similarly, like with all the weapons he has, Tank Dell, Nico Collins. He could be very, very good. Sam Darnold again could be pretty decent, but like I have Purdy better than him. I've got Purdy better than CJ Stroud, but Purdy is borderline top 10, but he also could be 20.
That's very true.
So that's where I'm at.
McCaffrey goes down again, he's going to be 20.
Yeah, he's going to be 20. There's nothing left. Nothing left. All right, so we have the 7 remaining quarterbacks. One I actually don't think is top 10, to be very clear, but I put him in here because clickbait, why not? Let's go ahead and start with him.
You just want me to be disrespectful now?
No, well, like maybe. I know where I'm putting him. And it's a respect for what he can be and for CeeDee Lamb.
With all due disrespect.
You and I are both Cowboy haters, so this is tough.
I am a Cowboy hater, but I'm being realistic. You're
Do
being
the right thing.
You're being way
Do the
too
right
nice.
thing.
Way too nice.
Do the right thing.
I don't think he's top 15.
Wow.
He's D for me.
Wow.
He's
don't
draft
back
until
half a C.
you can put him back half. B is way too high for me. Like he's nowhere near Herbert. You could give him. You could put Herbert on the Browns, and I would like Herbert better than Dak.
That's rough. That is a rough take, good sir. We're talking about the quarterback with the highest AAV in the league. He's got the best, one of, if not the best wide receiver in the league in CeeDee Lamb. He's got a very decent offensive line. The Cowboys' offensive line is easily top 10. Easily top 10. They're like 6'7". They got the Tyler squad up there. They all got the same first name. They're packing it in.
And with all of that, taking away the injuries, even in the games he played, he is no better than 50-50 on giving you good games.
That is slight disrespect. I get it. I understand. I don't think he's worse than Sam Darnold.
I don't know. If Sam Darnold plays anywhere like he did last year, he is.
I think he's better than. Well, no, CJ Stroud's got the weapons. That's what's so tough. Like CeeDee Lamb is so good, he could get double teams, and you're like, wow.
Like,
you know what I mean? Like that's where I'm at. CeeDee's so good.
I'm gonna make a statement,
and they got George Pickens.
I'm gonna make a statement. I don't like Pickens at all, but we're not gonna go there. But I'm gonna make a statement, and it's going to sound that I am biased, but I would be willing to bet if both quarterback and receiver stay healthy, and I'm only speaking fantasy wise right now, JJ McCarthy could finish ahead of Dak Prescott.
Whoa. That is a bold take, Cotton.
And I don't even hesitate saying it.
The only reason why I say that is because I like Jordan Addison better than whatever second wide receiver Dallas has coming out.
So the Pickens thing, I think he's Antonio Brown 2.0. He's going to end up blowing up. He's probably not going to be with the team. He's probably going to be like suspended or something halfway through the season. And if not, he's going to have an attitude problem and walk off the field. Like he's going to whine because CeeDee Lamb's getting the ball too much. Like I think that's the whole thing was a nightmare. Like them getting him might have made this whole situation worse, to be honest.
I disagree. I like Jordan Addison better than George Pickens, just from an overall wide receiver setting.
I like Addison better for sure. Yeah.
What I'm saying, I don't think it's leaps and bounds different. You know what I mean? Like I like Jordan Addison better than George Pickens and whoever else Dallas can strut out as the number 2. Don't get me wrong here. But it's tight. It's tight. I like Addison slightly better than Pickens. I think Pickens was miscast with Pittsburgh until Russell Wilson came in, and Russell Wilson just likes to throw that deep ball, and then Pickens is like, sure, so I can just run a streak and then come down with a 40-yard bomb that Russell Wilson drops in my bucket. Sure. Dak Prescott has a pretty deep ball.
He does. Pickens has a lot of quit in him, though.
Not fully disagreeing. It's just a tough take, bro. It's a tough take. It's a tough take in my head. It's a tough take in my head.
I don't think either one of those guys. I don't think either one of those quarterbacks stay healthy the whole year, so I won't have to worry about proving it.
That's fair. That's fair. Fair. All right, let's get to the top 6. We'll go with Joe Burrow.
So I have 4 guys in my top tier. Joe Burrow is one of them.
Okay.
You can put them into 1 or 2, but I have 4. I'll just tell you where I have them, and you can judge off of what you did.
Okay. Well, here we'll take. I'm assuming of the 6 that we have left, Lamar, Allen, Mahomes, Hurts, Burrow, in Jaden. That makes up your S and your A tier. Am I right?
Correct.
Okay.
So
go ahead and tell me where you put them.
So here, I'll go tier 2 for. I'll go tier A first. I have 2 people there. I have Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes.
So you have Allen, Hurts, Burrow, and Jaden Daniels.
Correct.
Okay.
So we can maneuver however you want, but that's how I have.
Do you have them in order? Like, what's order for?
I did not put them in order, but if I had to put them in order, so this is going to sound crazy, but I personally believe everything fully healthy, Joe Burrow is the best quarterback in fantasy football.
The only reason why I like Josh Allen better is because with his legs, he can get me rushing touchdowns.
I agree. The last 8 games of the season, Joe Burrow was outscoring everyone by like 10 points. The problem is the Bengals are so trash on defense.
That's true. They're just
this man has to drop 50 a game to win games.
That's fair.
And he was dropping 50. I mean, early in the season before they fell apart, Jaden Daniels versus Burrow might have been one of the best games of the year to watch. Not if you like defense, but offensively, it might have been the most exciting game to watch because it was like 52-48 or something. And Burrow had a perfect quarterback rating and lost the game. But I'm good with Josh Allen or Burrow, to be completely honest, because Allen is the guy that I have right there with him.
Right. I think that's the correct ranking if you're throwing it the way I've got it.
Yeah, and I've got
it as Allen, then Burrow, then Hurts, then Daniels.
And honestly, I think I had Hurts and Daniels kind of like on top of each other. I think they're like almost the same.
That's similar. The only reason I'm going to give it to Hurts a little bit better, I like Hurts' supporting cast better, and the tush push is guaranteed 6.
Yeah,
almost
it
every
is.
game.
It is. Like I don't have a problem no matter what order you put those 2 in, to be honest. But yeah, I think that's the order I think it's the fairest order. Mine would probably just be swapping the Burrow, but I'm good with Allen in first because Allen is amazing.
So I want you to tell the people why you have Lamar in the A tier. I do as well. I have him as the second tier A tier. I am there as well. I think my reasoning is different than your reasoning. And it's the same reason why I have Patrick Mahomes in the A tier. Is their main? And I'll just say it. Their main weapon of concern in their offense is a tight end. Both of them. And the other reason why I think Lamar goes in the A tier for me is because goal line situations, he's not getting the rock. It's Derrick Henry. So I'm not getting rushing touchdowns from the man unless it's like a 40-yarder where he just straight burns you. But you know who else can give me 40-yard burner touchdowns? Hurts, Allen, Daniels.
Right.
So like I'm not taking anything away from him, but like that's it. And what weapons does he have outside of Mark Andrews? Exactly.
Flowers.
Say no more. Yeah, Zay Flowers. That's probably right. But like say no more. Like that's what you have to be at.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at. That's the reason why I like Lamar there. Why do you like Lamar in the A tier?
So here's the thing. Let's pretend for a second. I think that you have similar quarterbacks, but not the same, but similar. You have Hurts and Daniels. Both of those guys can throw for 250 and run for 100 and get 3 or 4 touchdowns. Like that, if you talk about like their big game that they could put up, that's what they could do. They're going to probably more likely to be around 200 with like 50 yards rushing and 2 or 3 touchdowns. But to me, when you see the big games that Lamar has, he either has a game where he throws for like 320 yards and he only does like 20 yards rushing, or he has a game where he runs for 150 and he only has 120 yards passing. I just don't think the stats fantasy wise get there to pass either one of those two. And part of that is supporting cast. And part of it's Derrick Henry. So and look for Hurts, he can throw the ball to Barkley. He's got Barkley, but Barkley catches a lot of passes. So that helps him, doesn't hurt him. And Derrick Henry has started to catch some, but he's not doing what Barkley does.
And when he catches the ball out of the backfield, he gets absolutely atom bombed by
right.
Sorry.
So that's part of that's another part of the reason that is just the supporting cast is a big thing. Derrick Henry is a big thing, and I just think that you're not getting the double threat necessarily stats wise in one game. You're getting one big game with a mild game on the other side, whereas the other two guys can give you big on both sides.
It's fair. Absolutely 100% unequivocally fair. All right, so here is the official Just the BetSlips quarterback tier rankings. In the S tier, we have Allen, Burrow, Hurts, and Daniels. In the A tier, we have Lamar and we have Patrick Mahomes. I did forget Patrick Mahomes does have Xavier Worthy, but he doesn't have a running game. So
assuming he's not in jail.
Yeah. Yeah. Tis fair. B tier, Baker, Bo Nix, and Justin Herbert. C tier, Kyler Murray, Jared Goff, Tua, Brock Purdy, Caleb Williams, CJ Stroud, Sam Darnold, and then Dak Prescott under some controversy. To be clear, he wants him lower. I want him higher. D tier, Trevor Lawrence, Drake May, Stafford. If Stafford's healthy, he becomes B tier, by the way.
Yeah, I agree. 1,000%.
Love Justin Fields and then Bryce Young. E tier, Geno, Penix, Jackson Dart, Cam Ward, and then JJ McCarthy. And then F tier, Aaron Rodgers, Anthony Richardson, Tyler Shaw, and then whoever suits up for the Cleveland Browns between Shador or Joe Flacco.
And if it's Shador, I put him in the G tier.
That's disrespect. That's disrespect.
I meant it to be disrespectful.
That's disrespect. I know you got a jersey bet on the line, but that's disrespect.
It's not even about that. I really, truly don't think he's. I don't think he's an NFL player. I really don't. At least not at
I think-
quarterback. Not at quarterback, I don't.
I'll give you that. That's fair.
I
But
think
those are the tier lists.
he's like
We'll be back next week with starting running backs. We're gonna have backup running backs in here too. By the way, if there's some two-headed monsters that we like, we're gonna have running back, like multiple running backs. So you'll see those, and we'll have those for next week. So be on the lookout for that. We're gonna do wide receivers after that. Then we're gonna do probably tight ends and defenses. Nobody cares about kickers, to be very clear.
yeah, my
just
league
pick a
doesn't have a kicker. My league doesn't even have a kicker. It has a
Just
defense.
if you got a kicker, if you draft a kicker before the last round, you're dumb. To be very clear,
So I took kickers out of my league and made a defensive player instead.
that's smart. I like having a kicker because I like an extra point possibly winning something for me. It's just funny, but that's where I'm at. These have been the tiers. When we return after this commercial break, we're going to jump into the favorite bets post the MLB trade deadline on the opposite side of the shirt commercial break. Welcome back after that commercial break. We're here. We're doing a thing. We're making love. No, I'm just kidding. But we're going to do MLB bets, futures bets. We're going to do our favorites to reach each CS, so both the AL and the NLCS. We're going to pick our two favorite teams to reach the championship series. Then we're going to pick our favorites to win out of them, and then our favorites to win the World Series. So you're going to get the Final Four, the championship, and the winner, essentially, if you're going to put it in basketball terms. Also, we might throw out some other bets that we don't have odds for, but like if you can find them, go ahead and take them. Like people that you think are definitely going to make the playoffs, stuff like that. So let's go ahead and start with the CSs. Who in each league reaches the CS?
So
You want to start American first?
yeah, go ahead.
All right. I think my two favorites to reach the CS are going to be my right now winners of both of these divisions. I think is going to be the Astros versus the Toronto Blue Jays. I think they both win the division. I can't trust the Tigers right now, even though they have the best pitcher in baseball, arguably the best pitcher in baseball in Scooble. The Scoobs. And I don't know if I can fully trust that team. I know they made a lot of moves to bolster up the back end of that bullpen. I know they made a couple moves to get themselves a couple bats. I don't know if I can trust them fully. I think the Blue Jays made the right moves that they needed to make. They got Sir Anthony Dominguez for the back end of that bullpen. They went out and got themselves a bat. I like what the Blue Jays are doing. I think they win that division versus the Yankees as much as it kills me. And the Yankees made a lot of moves, to be very clear. But if the Blue Jays win that division, I think they easily cakewalk it to the CS because I think they're on a bye. And I think the Astros also get a bye. And I think they win that division going away. Even though the Mariners made some moves. I like what the Mariners did. It's the Astros, and they just got back with their bread and butter and Carlos Correa. I think that's a huge move for them. So I like the Astros and the Blue Jays to make the ALCS. You're getting the Blue Jays at plus 175, and you're getting the Astros at plus 180. Who do you have for the ALCS?
So I agree with Toronto. I'm going bold prediction here though. I'm going Mariners.
Okay.
I think the Mariners win the division.
Whoa.
They're 5 games. They're 5 games back. Their offense just took a huge boost.
Sure.
It was already good. Took a huge boost. They've got 3 above average pitchers in that lineup. I really think the Mariners can chase down Houston. I can see why you would say Houston, and they may very well run away with it. I just personally am. If I'm betting the Mariners because also to win that division, you're getting them at plus 350 right now.
I don't hate that. I don't hate that as a bet. I don't hate that you're getting 3-1 on a jump shot then for them to win the division. I don't hate that at all. I just think it's the Astros division to lose right now, and we all thought that the Astros were gonna fall off because they didn't start out the gates well, and now they're starting to pull it
And to
together.
be very clear, when I bet the beginning of the year, I bet Houston.
Yeah.
So
I have Houston. I
yeah.
mean, my futures bets is Yankees, then Tigers, then Houston, and then I have Phillies. I have the Cubs, and I have the Dodgers. Right now, the only bets that are looking bad right now is the Yankees and the Phillies. But I mean, and the Phillies aren't looking bad, to be very clear. It's just the Yankees are looking bad. So, I agree with you. I don't hate the Mariners bet. I don't mind betting them to win the division. But they're going to be inexperienced come playoff time.
I agree.
So it's tough move to make. Tough move to make. I don't hate it though.
They're gonna have to do what the Braves did a couple years ago and find lightning in a bottle.
That's fair. Go on a little run ski.
Yeah.
National League. I'll let you go first.
Dodgers, Phillies.
Oh. All right. I can live with that action. I like it. I think it's the Dodgers. I didn't want to be a homer. But yeah, I tend to agree with you. I think it's Dodgers, Phillies. I think the Phillies did not make a lot of moves at the deadline, but they made the right move at the deadline, getting Duran. I would have liked them to get another reliever, but I think they're going, well, we're going to get Jose Alvarado back. Yes, I know he's not back for the playoffs, but they're going to move a starter to the bullpen. It's probably Ranger Suarez is going to go to the bullpen like he did for the World Series run in 22. And he was really good at the back end of that bullpen. And you're probably going to move Luzardo back there too. So because I think the Phillies are going to go with a three-headed monster in Nola, Sanchez, and Wheeler, and maybe Luzardo if they want to go 4. But I think you want Wheeler as much as you can get him. So I think they might go 3.
Like if you get prime Sanchez, and you have Wheeler and Sanchez, you're starting out a series. As long as the bats don't fall asleep, you're starting out a series 2-0.
Yeah,
and I don't think the Mets. I
said this last year though, so I'm gonna eat my words if you say it. I'm just gonna be like, I've been there.
The Mets just look like a team that's set to fall. I know they added. I do. I get it.
Yeah,
and they did. I don't trust their big guys to come through in the clutch. I just don't.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean,
they did last year.
Sure.
In the division series, and took them to the CS, and then they fell apart against the Dodgers. So, I mean, welcome to what happens with all New York teams that are they're blue and orange as their main colors. Did I talk about your Knicks? Oh, I'm so sorry, Pat. But I agree with you. I mean, honestly, even with those two, I still. Dude, injuries are crazy, but yeah, I get you. I thank you for believing in my squad. I didn't want to be a homer, so at least I wasn't a homer and pick first. But yeah, I agree with you on those two. Favorite? Do you have a favorite division bet that you like? That's just kind of outrageous out there.
So my 2 division bets that I bet today, I bet them individually and I bet them parlayed together. Is I got the Phillies and Mariners.
Okay.
So
yeah, I mean the Phillies are basically even money.
The Phillies Mariners I got plus 650 together.
Wow. With what the Padres just added,
I do like the Padres.
They added a lot.
So they were my 3rd bet on here, but they were just to make the playoffs. But yeah, I like them a lot.
I think they make the playoffs. They're only 3 games back of the Dodgers, and they added a lot today.
You got Miller, Sears, O'Hearn, like
they made moves today to bolster both the rotation and their bullpen. They made a lot of moves. They're only 3 back, and I know the Dodgers are the Dodgers, but they've got the Padres at plus 700. I can get the Padres at 7-1 to win the division. They're only 3 games back, and with all they added, that is not a terrible bet.
No,
I don't hate that as a future.
Odds wise,
Padres
it makes a lot of sense
because of the odds. If it was like 400, 300, 400, I don't think I'd take it.
Right.
But I can get 7-1 on my money, and they're only 3 games back, and they added as much as they did.
Yeah.
That's something to think about. I'm just saying something to think about. I don't think, even if the Padres win the division, I don't think they get deep because I don't fully trust the bats. But I over this, last stretch of 60 games, that's big moves. It's big
Yeah.
moves.
It was a lot of big ones.
All right, so out of your 2, who do you have going to the World Series?
I know that it's been up and down this year, considering what we expected. I still think the Dodgers are going to get there.
I don't disagree with you.
I think that especially in a series that it's going to be tough to overcome them.
That's fair.
I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if it happened, but if I had, guessing today, I'm still going. I'm riding the Dodgers if I had to put my money on it.
I'm in the same boat. I'm taking the Dodgers. They've been there before. They've got the names on the back of the jerseys show up. I agree with you. It's the Dodgers. As much as it pains me to say it's the Dodgers, mainly because I have a cousin and his wife that are diehard Dodgers fans because they're living out in LA now, and it's annoying to have to live with that. But it's okay. I forgive them for their plight. And it's the Dodgers in the NL. Like they're the betting favorite, and they make the most sense in my head. Who do you like in the AL? So you had Mariners, Blue Jays. So out of those 2,
This sounds weird to say. Like before the season. I don't think that I was even thinking this, but I'm gonna say the Blue Jays.
that's crazy town because that's where I'm at because I don't want Houston to go. So I'm gonna bet.
It just
I'm gonna bet
sounds
the Blue
so
Jays.
crazy to say out loud.
Yeah, it is. Well, but we also thought the Yankees would have Garrett Cole. So, like, did you really think the Blue Jays were in a position to win the AL East? No. They were in a position for a wild card for me, but I didn't think they were in position to win because I thought the Yankees would have their stopper in Garrett Cole. I thought their team was better. I thought they upgraded not keeping Soto. I think saving that money and going elsewhere with that money was smart for the Yankees, but then you lose Garrett Cole for the season. You're like, okay, what do I do? So, I think the Blue Jays got the pieces, and they have to do it now. And
then,
it's so funny because I was saying they should blow it up last year.
And then you got the uncertainty of Judge when he comes back of what it's going to look like after injury. Like, and that team is not the same team without Judge. Clearly.
I mean, they beat the Rays today, but yeah, I'm with you. I understand completely. I'm gonna take the Blue Jays as well. So we have Dodgers, Blue Jays, probably the worst rated World Series ever.
Yes, facts.
I don't even think it's a rematch, which is also funny. Who would you like to win the World Series out of those 2? Who would you like to bet to win the World Series?
If it does in fact end up being Dodgers, Blue Jays, I think the Dodgers win in 5.
Yeah, it's a quick series, I think, in my head.
I think Blue Jays might sneak one out. That's about it.
Oh boy. He's here, Tommy. Tommy, we're talking bets. We'll get through. I'm just gonna say mine, and then I will let you go through yours. We're picking who we think match in each CS after the trade deadline today, who we think win out of those 2, and then who we think wins the World Series. So we're essentially giving our final 4, then our national championship, and the championship winner of that. I would have the Dodgers beat the Blue Jays in my head in the World Series that I have going on in my dome. To go on for you, I know you're going to disagree with us in the National League. To be very clear, I know this because you're on record saying you're going to disagree with us. Rob and I both have the Dodgers and the Phillies to make the CS in the NL. In the AL, I have the Blue Jays and the Astros. He has the Blue Jays and the Mariners. And his favorite bet to win the to like his favorite division winner bet now, you also can have that too. That you would like to bet. He likes the Mariners because of the odds. I said Padres because they're getting 7-1. They're only 3 back, and they made insane moves today. So that's the reason why I went there.
Okay.
And then obviously you gathered that I picked the Dodgers. So did he.
Sure.
I picked the
Sure.
Blue Jays. He picked the Blue Jays. So we both had that same World Series, and we both took the Dodgers to win in 5. So Tommy, what do you have as your bets? And then we'll get out of here. Thanks for jumping in late, but it's all good.
Yeah.
I'd rather have you late than not have you at all.
I had to decompress for like 15 minutes after the Red Sox deadline. Um, and it's not to say that they didn't do enough. It's just Craig Breslow talked way too much after the Devers trade.
That's
Like you
fair.
can't sit there and say we're going to be aggressive, we're going to buy, and then you come away with a 34-year-old reliever and a number 4 starter. You just can't.
Can't
Like,
do it. I'm with you.
and I get it. The prices were astronomical.
Outrageous.
Like Merrill
Outrageous.
Kelly got a haul. Like good for the Diamondbacks on that
Sure.
one. Like they got, but and I get not paying that premium for a rental, but like figure it out, man. Like, and it's
Yeah.
just going to be a winter conversation. Like I know, like anyways, that's my Red Sox rant. But so I'll start in the National League because I think the National League is more intriguing. I think it's
Wide
going
open.
to be a gong show.
Sure.
I could not tell you who's going to win the NL East. I have no idea. If I had to bet on a lineup, I might be taking the Phillies. I like the Bader ad. You
I
can
don't
kind
hate
of
it.
flip.
I don't love it. I don't hate it. To be
It's
clear, I'm not.
better than Kepler.
Yeah.
It's better than
Preach. There's
Kepler.
going to be a platoon probably out there.
So there's that, and then the bullpens you can kind of toss up in the air. I couldn't tell you who's going to win the NL East.
I think the Phillies added the better reliever, but the Mets added more.
Yeah, the Mets
I think
added better. Well,
Duran's
Duran
a
you have
better
beyond this season, so you're
Yeah,
good.
right. That's another piece too. But I'm saying, like, as far as just getting ads, I think the Phillies got the best reliever. I think the Mets got the best assortment of relievers because they got 4.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, it's tough. The Central, the Cubs didn't really do anything. Like nothing that like I think kind of puts them over the
Neither
top.
did
And
the Brewers.
but the Brewers don't have to. Like the Cubs sort of like have to.
I'll give you that.
The Brewers did acquire Jordan Montgomery, and they will turn him into a Cy Young candidate next season. So there is that. No, so I want to go to the NL West.
Okay.
I love what the Padres did.
I
Dude, Preller put his balls on the table, man. I am gonna say this now. And originally before the year started, I did pick Dodgers to like win the World Series and just go back to back because it's the Dodgers and they have depth. And somehow they've survived this long and are getting everyone back. Blake Snell starting Saturday.
Mhm.
I really do think you see the Padres in the NLCS.
It's a bold take. I don't hate it though. It's a bold
But
take, but I don't hate
it depends how everything shapes up, though. It
Right.
really does. They're only 3 back of the Dodgers. I
Yep.
think they did more to be aggressive. They kept Cease. They kept Suarez. Like, good luck. Like, honestly, good luck. And you added 2 really good bats in O'Hearn and Laureano. I mean, the Dodgers pitching is probably going to fucking kill them this year. It just is.
Yeah.
They've held on this long, but how long can you hold on for?
Yeah.
And you don't know what Snell's going to look like. I forget Roki Sasaki's on their team.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
he's
did
on
too
their
until you
he's
said
on
it.
their team. I think the Padres are going for it, and that's a team that can, like, I think that's a team that could beat anybody in the NL Central. And I do think if really push comes to shove, depending on who gets hot at the end of September, like they can go toe to toe with the Mets and the Phillies.
Yeah.
I think
I
they
don't-
can.
I
Like,
don't disagree with that. Their back end of their bullpen is 4 deep.
Do I know if they'll beat those teams? No. Baseball's a funny sport.
Yep.
But I think they can go toe to toe with that. I really think the Padres can go to the NLCS. I really do.
I'm with you on the fact that the NL is wide open. The NL is super wide open.
It's wide open, but it's
you have 2 teams in each division that could beat anybody on any
but it's
given
the
Sunday.
cream of the crop of talent.
Yep.
And I think you're pretty much going to see it like the Phillies and the Mets, they're locks. Then you got
No shit, Parker. The Braves did nothing. They're not going anywhere. But they didn't even sell. They didn't even sell anybody. But like no shit, they didn't add anybody. They're not competing. Their season's done. You got the best thing you get to look forward to is Saturday, and then after that, it doesn't matter. No offense. And I like the Braves. I actually cheer for the Braves. I like the Braves. NLCS, I think it's the Padres. You could flip a coin for literally the Mets, Phillies, Dodgers. I don't know.
Yeah,
As
I'm
for
with
my representation, I'm probably going to stick with the Dodgers.
and
I
I don't
just
blame you.
because I'm going to stick to my guns, but it wouldn't shock me if the Cards played itself out and the Padres play the Dodgers in the NLCS and just see what happens. It wouldn't
Fair.
shock me one bit.
No, I don't blame you.
Depends how the bracket goes. I couldn't even tell you how that goes.
That's true. It's really bracket dependent as of right now.
Well,
But
and
yeah, I
everything's
agree
so
with you.
close. The Mets and Phillies
So
is
tight.
what, a game?
Game and a half, I think.
And
Well,
then
no, the Mets lost
Dodgers
today, so it's probably a game. No,
Dodgers
it's a half a game.
Padres is 3, and then the Cubs and the Brewers, they're separated by what, a game?
Yeah.
Go
It's
to the
tight.
AL. AL is much more wide open. I really couldn't tell you. I like the Yankees deadline. I don't know if it's enough to beat like really good teams, and you
Correct.
don't know what Judge is gonna do. Like he's
Our
probably gonna
point, that was
DH,
literally Rob's point before he came back.
but what does his swing look like?
Mhm.
Uh I think it's going to come down to the Tigers. And, dude, one team that I don't think anyone's really talking about enough, I think the Texas Rangers, dude. I think the
7-3 in our
Texas
last 10 makes
Rangers,
sense.
I think the Texas Rangers find a way to get in. They had a really good deadline. I think they find a way to get in. I could easily see the Rangers making a push. That's like that sneaky team no one's talking about because they forgot how to hit baseballs for the first like 5 months of the year. And now they figured out how to hit, but they've been able to pitch all year.
Yeah.
They got Merrill Kelly, so now you put Merrill Kelly in that rotation behind DeGrom, Evaldi. Jack Leiter's been pretty good. Probably pushes Kumar Rocker to the pen, which that's not
That's
horrible.
fine. That's not
Yeah,
bad at
That's
that's
where
all.
he
not even
belongs.
horrible. Huh?
He
What?
belongs to AAA, but like if you're gonna have him up in the big club, put him in the bullpen.
Yeah, I mean you can
Rangers do
push
have
into
the
the.
third best run differential in the AL, by the way.
That's what I'm saying. They're like, and it's not because they're offense, because they're pitching so damn good.
Yeah.
But you get good contributions from Adolis Garcia. Simeon steps up, figures his shit out. Like all these guys that have basically bounced from AAA to the majors figure it out. But you also added Phil Martone. That was a really
Yeah.
good ad. That was the last domino of the Cardinals bullpen to fall.
Yeah, Phil
That's
Maton.
huge.
Maton or Milton? I think it's Maton.
It's Mark. What the hell did I say?
Martin?
Either way,
Martin?
you know who I'm
Yeah,
talking about.
Phil Maton. Yeah, you're good though.
That was
I
a
will say, yeah, the Rangers are the only team that has allowed less than 400 runs this year, by the way, too.
So they're not even in the final spot, but they take on the Mariners in a crucial 4-game series, and then it's like you got the Red Sox. Like, okay, like yeah, they didn't really add, but maybe they're just riding the wave of what they've got and what they've got so
See what
far.
they
They
can
had a
do.
strong July. See what you can do. I mean, I don't think the Red Sox are going to go far, but if they can get in, cool. But yeah, I'd love to probably just take the Rangers. That would be a super sneaky pick. Do love the Mariners ads. They finally got bats. They finally ripped that Band-Aid off and
Yep,
got 2 rental bats. So that's huge. Their top 6 of the order is actually pretty solid if they perform.
I agree.
I think the Tigers are probably the team to beat. I mean, they're in a slump right now, but better have it now than in
That's my
September.
problem is I don't with the Tigers, and the reason why I think both Rob and I didn't take the Tigers is because I don't trust them come playoff time because they don't have the seasoning and they only have one starter that I'm really like super confident in. Now, granted, it's the best starter, arguably the best starter in the game,
Yeah, but that was our
but
questions last year. It was just Scooball and then whatever.
yeah, a JV high schooler
Yeah.
coming out and starting like, and that's my question mark with them, and that's the reason why I'm like I don't know if they can go deep. We know they're going to make the playoffs. We know that they're probably going to win that division because I have zero trust in the Guardians to make up 9, and I have zero trust in any other team in that division to even think about it. And the Guardians just sold a little bit, so it's like whatever you're going to do. I agree with
I think
you.
it's more just like the AL is so wide open, and I think they're just better than what most of the AL teams are.
That's
Like
fair.
that are in the mix. Like
they're probably better maybe than the Mariners. The Mariners just have better depth at pitching. And then you have like the Rangers, it just depends what you get if their offense is hot. The Red Sox, it's like, okay, like get through Crochet and kind of hope like hell you get to like Bayo and Giolito. And then the Yankees, it's someone not named Aaron Judge gonna hit a baseball and give
Right.
you good depth. And then I mean who else is in the mix? All right, dude, go. And it's
Yeah,
like who else? And
I'm
then it's
with you.
like who else is really in the mix? It's like that's kind of why I just went with the. And then the Astros. Well, the Astros are the Astros. I mean,
Yeah.
they're just.
And they added Correa back. I really like that move for them, by the way.
He's gonna end up like finally returning to form somehow and be
Yeah.
like an MVP caliber. Pena's gonna come back and be fine. Altuve's
They're
gonna
gonna have
figure out it. They got the band back together minus Bregman and Tucker.
Yeah, well, and they're gonna move Correa to third. It's gonna be the complete arc of the Cal Ripken / A-Rod arc of Correa's gonna go to third, Pena's gonna play short, and I'm telling you, the Astros are gonna come out of freaking nowhere and they're gonna make a run because they have the pedigree, they've got the people with the experience, and they're gonna make the run.
And their
I just
pitching
think the
staff
blue,
their pitching staff is good.
not bad. All right, so who do you have coming out of the AL? If you had to make a bet,
Had to pick
gun to
one.
your head.
I'm probably just gonna go ahead and do the Tigers, to be honest.
Okay.
I think like it just depends. It wouldn't shock me if it's the Astros.
Yeah.
What are the Astros odds actually?
Rob, do you have that up?
I'll pull it up 1 second.
I lost it. Oh wait, hold on, I got it back. Leagues, American Astros are plus four and a Q.
Okay, you know what? Let's go Dodgers Astros rematch. Let's do it.
And who do you like winning?
Oh man, Correa and the Astros rematch against the Dodgers. Yeah, sign me up for that.
Who do you like?
Talk about baseball cinema right there.
Who do you like winning it?
Oh God, if I had, it's probably the Dodgers, dude. Like,
Yeah,
it's just they did this last year where they had like their pitching died. I mean, Walker Bueller closed out the damn thing and they won the World Series. They're probably going to do that again this year.
yeah.
They've treaded water this long. Everyone's going to get healthy and then they're going to fucking find a way to win. I don't know.
To do it again.
They're just gonna do it again in the same way, and then we're all just gonna laugh because it's like no one can sit here and be like, "Well, they're an all-star team." Like, no, their entire rotation was on the fucking bench because they were all hurt.
So,
They
yeah,
all missed time. It's
don't
gonna be interesting
disagree.
for you as an NL fan. I mean, good fucking luck, CJ.
Yeah,
is
it's
all
tough.
I gotta say.
It's tough.
I mean, I
Rob's
just really
enjoying it because he's like, I'm done with baseball. I'm on to football now, so it's all
well.
good.
Look, and I'll just put this on record. I really don't think the Phillies are just going to absolutely like lose in the wild card. I only made the bet because since they made the World Series, they just kept losing one round sooner every year.
It's the same arc that they had after they won in 08.
I literally
they
am
lost
just
the series in
I'm
9.
just betting the trend. That's it.
No,
That's all it is.
But literally, Tommy, that is exactly what they did from 08. Because 09 they lost to the World Series to the Yankees. 10 they lost in the championship series to the Giants. Then 11 they lost in the division series to the Cardinals, and then they were out. They didn't even make the playoffs after that because they hadn't expanded the playoffs after that. So like literally it's the same arc. I get it. I'm trying to buck a trend here, Tommy.
Yep.
But I understand
Yep. And I'm like, I'm just going with the trend. Like, let's do it. Like, just seems like fate. Why not? But I'm like, they're just too good not to. It's just the NL is just so stacked.
It's so tough.
Like, I don't think anybody's gonna have a cake matchup in like the first round. Like, you could be playing the Padres, and that's what a CS is supposed to be.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
Or you play the Brewers or the Cubs or somebody. It's like that's a championship series. That's not a wild card round.
100%. 100%.
So that's like, so that's kind of just where we're at. And plus, like the Mason Miller thing, it's just like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, it's crazy.
I really didn't think that was gonna happen.
Didn't either.
Like, not to that degree.
Just a big ask, and they got it done. Hey, what are you gonna do? But that's gonna wrap it up for this episode. Thanks for joining for fantasy football quarterback rankings. Thanks for joining for the after trade deadline bets. Come back tonight. Watch us live on X at Just The BetSlips. We really appreciate it. Where we bring you live, weekdays at 6 and weekends at noon, as Parker said earlier. We try to bring you the hot tips. To help your bet slips. That's
Don't
it,
trust
everybody.
mine. Just don't trust mine right now. My strikeout parlays are not doing good.
It's all good. We're going into August, so everybody's clean slate in August. But we'll catch you guys the next time. Allow us to play you out.
Yo, we in the game, talking number stakes high. Knowledge and skill, like a bird we fly. Analyzing stats, we don't just guess. Betting on the win, you know we're blessed. Just the bet slips, we keep it real. Breaking down the odds, you know the deal. Just the bet slips, we're making plays. Informed decisions, we light up the ways. Chasing that victory, hit the big score. Join the community, we're here for more. Rolling with the punches, we look for the signs. Parlays and props, counting all the coins. Every podcast episode, we bring the heat. Strategies laid out, can't accept defeat. Tune into the wisdom, hear our call. In this betting world, we'll never fall. Just the bet slips, we're making plays. Informed decisions, we light up the ways. Chasing that victory, hit the big score. Join the community, we're here for more. On this gambling journey, we ride the bet. With just the bet slips, you ain't seen nothing yet.